going on, everyone? Voodoo51292 with you as always, and today, even though it's a day late, we will be doing a channel update for the week of December the 26th of 2011 through January the 1st, New Year's Day of 2012. And already our last week of 2011, it's hard to believe, but we've gone through the entire year already, and save for maybe a couple of weeks, I've been with you guys basically through the entire year, and it's been a pretty crazy year. A lot of things have happened, not only in gaming, but also in my life, and it's been a pretty nuts year. But this video is not the time to reflect on that year. This video is intended to let you guys know what's been going on with the channel and what's coming up. And I apologize for a couple things. First and foremost, if my voice sounds a little weak or it's like it's going out a little bit during the course of this video, it's because I was actually at the New Orleans Saints game last night when they played the Falcons. Watched Drew Brees break Dan Marino's passing record live in person, and so my voice is a little bit on the hoarse side. So I apologize for that. I also apologize that this update is coming a day late. It's actually on Tuesday, the 27th of December, because I was busy yesterday. Busier than I thought I was going to be. I actually got invited out to lunch with a friend, came back, spent some time with my parents, and then not too shortly after, the same friend came back and picked me up. We went to the game. After the game, we went to go eat at IHOP, and we didn't get back home until around 1 o'clock in the morning. So didn't have time to do it yesterday, but doesn't matter. We'll do it today, and it'll be fine. So last week, what happened? A lot of stuff. Early in the week, I was able to successfully complete the Assassin's Creed Revelations playthrough. I did all of the single-player campaign, and I tried to do as much stuff as possible. There were some things that I didn't do. I didn't do all of the Desmond memories because I didn't like the gameplay of the Desmond memories, and I just didn't want to continue to play them. I think there was one Templar den that I didn't get control of. There was like one viewpoint that I didn't get in the whole game, because the only reason I didn't do that is because there was no achievements or anything for doing that. I looked and there wasn't, so I figured that there was really no point. But I did a bunch of stuff in the game, a bunch of extra stuff, so fun playthrough. Go check it out if you haven't. Then I did some of the Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer gameplay, which didn't last too long because I got pretty frustrated at the way that the other players were playing the multiplayer, and you'll remember if you were back with me for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, when I tried to do some of the multiplayer for that, I had the same complaints where the other players weren't playing the game properly, and they were kind of ruining the experience. So I didn't play too much of that, but I did play 8 matches of it, and that's up in its playlist, so you can check that out. Then I did my video explaining basically the changes I was making to my game rating scale. Basically an update video to a video I made during the summer when I kind of laid out how the game rating scale was going to work for my game reviews and what you should be looking for and how you should interpret the results. I've made some changes to that, and I made a video explaining those changes, and it is now the first video in the game reviews playlist. It's replacing the video I made during the summer. The one I made during the summer is still up on my channel. It's just no longer in that playlist so that people don't get confused about what's current. So if you haven't seen that video, please go see it if you are at all interested in my game reviews, because it's going to let you know how you should now look at my scores and how you should interpret the results from here on out. So I made that, and then immediately following I made the first review under these new guidelines, which of course was my Assassin's Creed Revelations review. And sorry, I'm just going to up the brightness a bit on my camera, because like I said, my camera likes to, when it does its auto brightness, it likes to put it a little darker than it needs to be. But I did my game review for Assassin's Creed Revelations. It actually turned out to be a lot longer than I thought that the review was going to be. I actually had to split it into 2 parts because it went over half an hour. But I did say pretty much all the things I needed to say about it, and covered it pretty thoroughly. So I know Assassin's Creed Revelations might be one of those games that you know, people are up in the air about, even if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, just because of the way that the series has been going over the past years with all these releases. And I know it's now after the holidays, but maybe some of you out there have some gift cards that you got, and you're wondering, you know, you want to buy a game with those gift cards, and you're wondering if Assassin's Creed Revelations is worth it. So go watch that review, and I think that you will benefit greatly from it and get a good idea of what it is. So I did that, wrapped up Revelations. Game 1 of Gamingpalooza is now completely wrapped up. Then I did a surprise set of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 online play on December the 22nd. I was actually planning on doing another session of Assassin's Creed Revelations multiplayer to try to play that again, but that night the servers were actually down for some reason for Assassin's Creed. It wouldn't let me on. And so I went ahead and played some Modern Warfare, which I hadn't played in a while, and I actually had more fun than I've had playing that game during this set. I actually did decently well in a couple of the matches. I kind of made up my mind before I played to not get too angry, to just let things be as they were, since I had already reviewed the game. I had already, you know, scrutinized it enough, you know, for people who were watching the footage to see whether or not the game was good. I figured I had already done that, so I might as well just play it and try to have fun with it. And I did. I actually enjoyed playing it for the first time since I've gotten the game. So go check that out. It's in my Modern Warfare 3 General Multiplayer playlist, and of course I have dated every video as the 22nd, so go watch the footage from the 22nd. I think you'll actually enjoy it. I think it's probably the best Modern Warfare 3 footage I've done, and so go check it out. So I did that, and then the last video I did was a couple days ago on Christmas night, where I actually did my present reveal video of all the Christmas presents I got this year. I got a lot of cool stuff. It was all basically a surprise to me because I didn't have anything really to ask for this year for Christmas. I pretty much had all the games I wanted and had my PlayStation fixed, so I didn't really have much to ask for, so I kind of got surprised by a bunch of stuff. And there is a big present reveal at the end of the video, so go ahead and make sure you check that out, because it's pretty neat, all the stuff that I got. So you can find that in my favorites playlist, so make sure you go and check that out. So that was the course of last week. Now this week coming up, what are my plans and what am I going to be hopefully doing this week? Well, hopefully this week will be the beginning of my or the continuation of my Dead Island co-op playthrough with Brandon, which we were having so much fun with the one night that we were able to play it. Now, we did have some struggles with GameFly, I guess because I sent my game back and everything so close to Christmas. They had some problems in the mail, but the game was shipped last, I want to say Friday, and the game was not in yesterday. I have not looked at the mail today. Today's Tuesday. I haven't checked it. I don't know if it's here yet, so I don't know if the game is here, but I would assume it's either going to be here today or tomorrow. And what I'm going to try to do, I'm actually busy today. I have plans today, so I can't do any kind of footage, but I'm going to try to get in touch with Brandon today and talk to him about starting it up tomorrow on Wednesday. And so, depending on whether or not he can do it, and depending on whether or not the game is here, of course, the Dead Island playthrough will continue at some point this week, hopefully. Now, New Year's Eve, I do have plans to go to an old friend's house for a little while on New Year's Eve. I don't know what time. I assume I'm going over in the night, and I don't know if I have any plans or anything for the day on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve day, I don't know if I'm going to be hanging out with anybody then, or if my plans aren't going to start till that night. I don't know. So there may or may not be footage on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day, Sunday, I don't believe that there's going to be any footage, because usually on New Year's Day, my my family comes over and we usually spend some time together. So there probably won't be footage on New Year's Day. I'm not going to tell you that there's definitely not going to be, because I may have some time New Year's night and I may do some footage. I don't know. So Saturday and Sunday are a little up in the air as far as if I'm going to have footage, and if I do, what it's going to be, and so forth. So one thing I am going to do, though, over the course of tonight, when I get back home from my plans today, I'm going to begin uploading the Dead Island footage that I did not upload the original night that we played the game, Brandon and I. There's part 3 that I need to re-upload because I had to take that off of YouTube. I was trying to experiment with it because it had copyright strikes, and I was trying to see if removing it from YouTube would give me my ads back, which it did not. So that is one part that I actually have to re-upload. So I'll re-upload that. Then there were some other parts that I never got around to uploading from that night, from the Dead Island playthrough. So you will see over the course of tonight Dead Island footage coming up. But again, keep in mind that this footage, even though it's going to be dated that it was uploaded today or tomorrow, is not current footage. It's not the continuation of our playthrough or anything like that. You'll know which video is the start of this week's footage, because I'll say in the video, you know, okay, we're back, we're continuing Dead Island, haven't played it in a few months. I'm not going to remember the controls, I'm not going to remember what the hell we were doing. So believe me, you'll know when the footage from that first night cuts off and when the footage from this week, the continuation, begins. So just keep in mind that when you see Dead Island footage coming up over the course of tonight, don't think that we're playing the game actively right now, because we haven't started it yet, okay? So that will come up, and you can start checking that out. You can start watching. The main reason I'm doing it now and I've waited is because it'll give you guys an opportunity to continue watching the Dead Island playthrough and get yourselves caught up, so that when we do start the new footage, it'll be kind of a seamless transition into the new stuff. So look for that stuff tonight if you are interested. And I am sending Assassin's Creed Revelations back today in the mail. I will be putting in my request for Batman Arkham City. So, you know, probably in a few days' time I'll have that game here as well to play when Brandon and I can't do co-op for whatever reason. So that's the plans for that. Now to talk a little bit about the overview plans for Gamingpalooza and what's going to happen with that. As you know, we're 1 game down, technically 4 to go, and it's looking like with the time that I have left and with the things that I know are coming up that I'm going to be busy with, unfortunately it doesn't look like I'm going to have time for Deus Ex Human Revolution. It's just, that game is too long of a game, and with the other stuff that I need to play, and the fact that I need to make my year-end videos, my top 10 games of the year videos, which is going to take a lot of work, a lot of effort on my part to fool around with the video editing programs that I have, try to figure out how to do what I want to do, and then do it. It's going to take a while. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to play that game. So my plans are this. My plans are, of course, to finish Dead Island and Batman. And then, depending on where we are, how much time is left, I may try to also complete Gears of War 3, because Gears of War 3 is probably like an 8 to 10 hour campaign, and I'm already 2 hours or so into it, and so that's a game I can complete probably in 2 to 3 sittings, and you know, and relatively beat in a quick amount of time. And it's a shame that I won't be able to get to Deus Ex because of all of the glowing reviews and things that it had, but for me, I was struggling with the game. I was having complications with the game, with the controls, with the hacking, and it's a game that, especially now, considering that I won't remember the controls or anything about it, and how long of a game it is, I just don't think I'm going to have time to complete it. But that's in the future. We'll see, you know, what happens with Gears, and we'll touch on it in the future when we get to that point. But we still have Dead Island and Batman in front of us before we talk about Gears and the end of the year videos. Just a couple more notes before we sign off. The first is that it doesn't look like, unfortunately, I'm going to be having a funniest moments of the year montage because I have received 0 clips. I've asked twice, last channel update and the midweek update that I did last week, for people to send in funny clips, or clips that they thought was funny so I could put them into a montage. Absolutely 0 submissions. I've got nothing, which, you know, it is what it is. I was hoping to get some. I was hoping that some people who I know are my good fans who have followed my channel for a long time and who actually watch my videos a lot, I figured at least some of those people would send in some clips, but I've gotten 0. So it's unfortunate. I'm not going to say that you can't send in clips. It's still open because it wouldn't take me very long at all to actually make that video, probably one day if you send in clips, but since nobody's sending them in, I can't make it. So still send them in if you want to. I'm putting out another offer. If you want to send in funny clips to be put into a video montage for me at the end of the year, all you have to do is send me a personal message on YouTube or Playfire telling me the name of the video, of course which part of the playthrough, whatever it is, and then the time mark that you thought that the funny moment occurred. That's all you have to do. If you see one of your favorite funny moments of the year, send it in to me, and if I get enough submissions, what I'll do is sometime early next year I will put those clips into a video montage and upload them as funny moments of my gaming or whatever it is from 2011. So send in those clips if you thought something was funny, and if you do that, we'll be able to make a pretty funny video that I think everybody would enjoy, and I will give you credit in the description of the video for the user who submits each clip. I will give you compliments for that, and so that your name, you know, you'll get your recognition for sending in the clip. So do that if you want to see the funny video montage. Last note, again, I'll put it out there, playfire.com/voodoo51292. That's where you need to go to find out all the up-to-the-minute information about what I'm doing, what I'm uploading, when I'm uploading it. That way you're never confused as to what's going on or, you know, where anything is. You can find it there, and so I would recommend that you head over there, playfire.com/voodoo51292, add me, and that way you can be up to the minute with all of the information that is important for the channel. Okay? So thanks, guys. Watch the Assassin's Creed stuff. Watch the new Modern Warfare 3 matches from December 22nd. Old Dead Island, the finish of all the original Dead Island footage we'll upload tonight, and then over the course of this week sometime you will see Dead Island co-op playthrough continue, and then be sure to keep checking the channel for all of this new stuff, and go over to Playfire to check out all of that stuff. Alright? So, Voodoo51292, see you this week with Dead Island, and we'll keep rolling from here into next year. And the next channel update you'll see me in, we will be in 2012. So, see you guys then, and everybody have a great week, and have a happy new year.